So you just got your real estate license, or you're currently in the process of getting your real estate license, and you're wondering which brokerage you should join. And in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my unfiltered opinion on which brokerage you should join. And then I'm just going to be giving you some, I guess, step-by-step on what to do next. I'm 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐒. I help realtors attract more clients via social media. So if you want to be done cold calling, if you want to be done door knocking, subscribe to this channel to attract more clients through social media. So first, I'm going to be telling you guys why I decided to join what I initially joined, which was a smaller boutique brokerage out of Vancouver, BC. And the reason why I went with that brokerage is because I'm a hands-on, physical kind of learner. I knew learning to write a contract or do a CMA or any of these things would be super difficult for me to learn over Zoom. So I wanted to join a brokerage that had a physical space where I could actually learn from somebody in person. Also, I kind of had an inkling that I wanted to, or I guess I had a thought that, or I knew I wanted to shoot video, and that's how I wanted to get clients, was shooting videos. I had been watching a lot of Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, and at that time everyone was talking about social media and all these kinds of things. And the team that I ended up joining had a full-time videographer on salary that I knew I could leverage to shoot videos. And I just kind of like the team leader's vibe. Now, in hindsight, I know I initially made the right decision because one, obviously I'm an in-person learner and I know that helped me. And two, the team that I joined was very social media focused. Now, nobody on the team had like a ridiculous amount of followers or anything like that, but they would regularly shoot videos. And because I come from a trades background where it's not normal to shoot a video of yourself and post it on social media, being around people who were doing it made it normal for me. That made it okay. And it kind of helped me to break out of my shell and post those videos and just not be such a perfectionist about posting those videos as well. So I really feel like that brokerage was the right system for me, and I was surrounded around the right people. Now, unfortunately, I did just recently leave that brokerage. I felt like at this point that I had outgrown it. Now I'm at Real Broker, and I could make an entire video on all of the reasons why I did that. But at the time, it was the right decision. So here's my opinion on which brokerage you should join. And in my opinion, in the beginning, which brokerage you should join is the least of your worries, I would say. It is of all of the decisions that you need to consider when joining, when first getting a real estate license and deciding where you're going to go, I feel like the brokerage is the least portion of that decision. I don't know how to better word that statement. Like, yes, it's definitely part of the concern, and every brokerage is going to have a different fee structure. And I think you should at least try to pick the brokerage that's going to have the fee structure that best suits your current situation. Like, for example, my last brokerage charged me $600 a month, which sounds expensive, but it's only $7,200 for the year, which is comparatively very cheap for most brokerages. But that being said, it was a fixed $600 a month out of my bank account, whether I sold real estate or not. Whereas Real Broker charges me, it's an 85-15% split up to $12K. So every home I sell, 15% goes to the brokerage until I pay $12K to the brokerage for the year. So it's more expensive at Real Broker, but I feel like it's worth it to pay the extra $5,000 because my future potential here is a lot higher. And like I said, I can make a whole video on that alone. However, if you were a brand new agent and you joined Real, they actually cut that cap in half. So it's only $6K for the whole year, with no monthly fee. So in that case, if you're joining Real and going on a team, it's actually cheaper. But again, I think this is the least important part of your decision. I think the brokerage is the secondary part of this decision. And what the main part of this decision should be is the people. Who are the people that you're joining? The most important thing is proximity. If I want to be a better soccer player, I have to go play soccer with people who are better at playing soccer than me. The fact that I was constantly surrounded with a bunch of people who regularly shot videos and were not perfectionists about the videos they were shooting helped me cultivate the mindset that I needed to consistently post videos. And that is basically what helped me, so far have a successful real estate career. So here's a real life example of proximity. I had an agent who joined my team who was from a separate brick and mortar brokerage. Wasn't doing much over there, was pretty lost. In fact, he was just about to leave the industry and go into finance. When he joined my team at the time, he didn't even think that shooting videos was a realistic option for him because nobody at his other brokerage was doing it. So, I kind of showed him a few things and then he ran with it. 5 to 6 months later, he's already closed 6 deals. He gets tens of thousands of views on every single video he posts, and he consistently has a full pipeline of buyers and sellers. And now he's already left my team and he's a solo agent. And he, of course, did all of that work himself, but without coming in proximity with me, that whole idea or that whole side of the industry would not have been even a possibility or a thought in his mind. And had he never met me, who knows if he'd even be in real estate right now. And I'm not trying to make his success about me. That's not at all what I'm saying here. I'm just saying that is the reality of it. That's why whenever I hear people say, oh, a realtor who's going to be successful is going to be successful at any brokerage. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think there's way too many variables to make that assumption, right? You guys ever watched the butterfly effect or heard of the butterfly effect? It's like if you go back in time and you change one small tiny thing, instead of going to the grocery store at 3 p.m., maybe you go at 5 p.m. one day, that could completely alter the entire course of your life just by doing that one small thing. And that's why I completely disagree when people say, oh, a realtor at this brokerage will be successful at any brokerage. Maybe they will, but maybe at this other brokerage, it took them 5 years longer to get to where they're at today. I think there's a chance that you don't meet the right people at the right time, and that completely alters where your life is going to go and when it's going to go there. And to prove this, I'll give you another example. An agent on my team. I'm just going to call him out. Bilal, all right? If you end up watching this video. This guy was so inconsistent. For like a year and a half, I was telling him, shoot the property tours. And he would do them, and he did them well. But he could only do for some reason, 3 videos a week. And then he would miss days, or he would give up and he would go do stuff, and he could just never keep it together. And he's a smart kid. He's way more educated than I was at his age. But he just couldn't seem to stay on the path long enough and consistently enough to build momentum within his business. Then this other agent shows up on my team. Show him how to shoot the property tour videos. He's consistent. He never misses a day. He's killing it. He's selling homes. He's whatever. Now all of a sudden Bilal's like, oh, I look like crap in comparison to this agent. So he picks it up. He starts being consistent. Now he hasn't missed a video in 5 months. He's done 6 or 7 deals this year, which is really, really good in my market. He has listings on the go. He has buyers on the go, and he's freaking killing it now. Why? Why did that happen? It was the proximity to this other agent who was doing it. Without that agent coming on the team and Bilal ever coming in contact with him, he was thinking about leaving real estate. I had a conversation with this guy. He wasn't happy. He was depressed. He felt like nothing he was doing was working. And then suddenly the proximity to this other agent, again, completely altered the trajectory of his career. So in my opinion, pick the brokerage based on the people at the brokerage and who you want to be in proximity with. You could be at the right brokerage with the wrong people, or you could be with the wrong people at the right brokerage. I'd much rather be with the right people at the wrong brokerage. So here's a checklist of things you should go down to pick the brokerage. So number 1, you need to understand what type of person are you. Do you want to go solo off the bat, keep 100% of your commission and figure things out yourself? Or do you want to join a team and give up 30 to 70% of your commission for financial support, training, and mentorship? Right away, that thought process is going to eliminate basically 50% of your options out there right away. I would call up brokerages or agents in your market and try to find out who has a team that you should go interview to try and get on or find out more about. Number 2, are you somebody who can learn online, or do you need to have a physical office space to learn? Real Broker and 𝐕𝐃 are both cloud brokerages, and they pretty much don't have any physical spaces for you to learn at. And they're very similar in terms of fee structure. I think 𝐕𝐃 has a small $100 a month fee, whereas Real doesn't, and the caps are very similar. I think 𝐕𝐃 is a little bit more expensive, but at the end of the day, really doesn't make a difference. Very similar brokerages. However, the majority of people at these brokerages do not have an office space that you can use. Because the brokerage does not provide office space, you have to rely on agents at the brokerage to provide the office space. Now, there are teams like mine who will offer you an office space at a cloud brokerage, which could be an amazing option because you get all the benefits of being a cloud brokerage with all of the benefits of being a brick and mortar brokerage. Maybe not all the benefits, but a lot of the benefits. So if you're an in-person learner, obviously make sure whoever you go with has an office. What kind of fee structure best suits you? Do you want a smaller fixed monthly payment that comes out of your bank account regardless if you sell real estate or not? Or would you rather pay a little bit more money but only pay when you actually sell a home? And number 4, this is the biggest one. This is bigger than anything else in this video. Do you want to be like the people you are going to join? I have a quote to share with you. Only take advice from people who are where you want to be and have been where you are right now. If you do not aspire to be like the people you are joining, then do not join them. So go interview a bunch of people, see who you aspire to be like the most, see who you fit in best with, and try to pick a healthy balance of all things. You probably won't get every single thing you want. There will likely have to be a compromise somewhere. Maybe you have to pay a higher monthly fixed fee to be around the people that you want to be around. Maybe you would rather pay the commission split that's higher so you don't have the monthly fee, but the people you want to be with are not at that brokerage. Maybe they're at a brokerage with a $1,000 a month fee. I would say just pay the money to be with the right people. It's better to spend a little extra money and be in the right spot than save a couple $100 and be in the wrong spot. Because all that money that you think you're saving or whatever the case is really not going to matter a year or two from now, because you got into real estate to sell homes. You didn't get into real estate to fail. So like, you might as well play to win. Or maybe the people you want to be around are only virtual. Maybe they're in a different state or province and you're a physical learner. Well, in that case, you might have to pick the next best option, the next best group of people just to be in a physical location. So anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this. If you want to chat with me about possibly making the move to real, I'll leave a link in the description. I'm that Agent Kelly. I'm making moves to move you. Peace.